ever World Cup title. And she's beaten the champion of Europe. On we go very quickly to the next set of finals, and this is the women's uneven bars. Alba Petisco, the all-around silver medalist at the European Championships, will start. Her teammate Laura Casabuena will follow. Mediterranean Games medalist and a World Cup medalist. Natalie Westlund of Sweden, third best in qualification, Nordic champion on the uneven bars. There's the big noise for the big name, Kaylia Namour, the reigning Olympic champion, the Algerian. Jessica Gadirova is back in action. All of you British fans, stop jumping up and down on the couch. I know you're excited. You've got to protect the furniture. How wonderful to see her back. Always a pleasure to see this great ambassador for the sport in South Africa, Kaelin Rooskrantz. Flag bearer at the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games in Paris. Laurette Charpy, an icon of the French team, really the leader, the captain, if you will. And an uneven bar specialist. And another French gymnast, Célia Cerber. Team bronze medalist at the World University Games earlier this year. The men's still rings final. Here in the contenders, Nicolas Köhler of Belgium, sixth best in qualification, World Championship competitor. Ding Guanyi of Chinese Taipei, third best in qualification, Asian Games and Asian Championship medalist. Robert Kirmes of Finland, the eighth best in qualifying. Last year he won his first ever Finnish all-around title. Glenn Köhler, twin brother of Nicola, fourth best in qualifying. Made his debut at the Olympic Games in this arena. Nikita Simonov, European Championship medalist last year. The gentleman from Azerbaijan is going in search of his 20th World Cup medal. Kaneta Kichi of Japan, the top qualifier. Watch out for him. He's not hugely well known internationally, but he's a dab hand on the rings. Daniel Villafañe of Argentina, the reigning South American champion. Joe Fraser of Great Britain, second best in qualification, a world champion on the parallel bars in 2019 and part of the British team that won a bronze medal in 2022. He competed at his second Olympics in Paris. There's no doubt who the clear favourite is. She's the favourite every single time she gets anywhere near this apparatus. Kaylia Namour. She was the top qualifier, by the way, by about a mark and a half. The finalists in the men's still rings competition. Top in qualification, Kaneta Kichi of Japan. He will be the anti-penultimate gymnast to go. Just his second time in a World Cup after competing in Paris a few years ago. But he was a medalist at the Japanese Championships. The women's uneven bars final and your top qualifier. There's a surprise. Kaylia Namour of Algeria, the reigning Olympic champion. She returns to the arena in which she made history for her nation and for all of Africa.
Very glad to be here, and it's third performance in Paris for me. Last year I won silver Olympic medal on this pommel horse, and now in this day I win first gold medal in Paris in my life. And thank you for your support. Thank you for all. I love Paris, and this day it's a special day for me. 1 year ago, in that day, I had a wedding with my wife, Aida. I love you. Yes, thank you, Paris. I will come back here again.
Voilà, il était très heureux parce que l'année dernière, il a gagné la médaille d'argent, c'était aux Jeux Olympiques. Il gagne sa première médaille d'or ici à Paris, c'est très symbolique puisqu'il y a un an, jour pour jour, il se mariait. Alors il avait envie de dédicacer cette victoire à Aïda, sa femme. Et pour sûr, il reviendra à Paris. Thank you very much, Naiman. Thank you very much.
Well
Another
done,
winner.
Kurbanov. Remember the most important bit, which was
We have
to tell
another winner
Aida
here,
Balajanova, his wife, who
especially
he married last year, that
for
he loves
you.
her.
Et on continue bien sûr avec le saut féminin.
Congratulations to the pair. They're two very fine gymnasts. A gracious and respectful interview as well. Obviously, the city means a lot to him. Let's hear from Abby Martin.
Thank you to everyone in the crowd. The atmosphere has been amazing, and I've been coming back from injury all year, so to be back here as my first international, it's just been amazing, and it's not been easy, so just thank you to the whole support team for getting me back to the stage.
Voilà, elle voulait remercier toute son équipe et aussi vous, le public qui avez été là pour les encourager pour ce grand retour qu'elle fait ici avec la compétition. Merci à vous. Thanks very much and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Voilà, on va bien sûr continuer ici à vous faire plaisir, à vous faire gagner des cadeaux.
Thank you to Olivia Ling, talking to Abby Martin. The work that must have been going on behind closed doors in the training gym to get her vaulting to that level, especially that Lopez, which was a treat. She's had, as she said herself, some injury issues. We have a couple more finals to bring you before the first set of medal ceremonies, and then a very brief mid-session break. Keep you company. I hope you are having a very nice conclusion to your weekend. That you're choosing to spend your Sunday watching this wonderful event, the Paris World Challenge Cup of Artistic Gymnastics. For Kylian Moore. It's a routine of quite explosive difficulty, 6.9 in qualification. And it is, as I'm sure many of you know, over in an instant because there is so little surplus swing. All of those connections that are integral to the high score. When this gymnast qualified for the Olympic Games in Paris, she said, "Estoy viviendo un sueño." I am living a dream. Well, the dream has just gone on and on and on for Alba Petisco, the all-around silver medalist at the European Championships earlier this year, the first Spanish woman ever to get on the podium in that particular event. Almost a hush falls over the arena in Paris as we have that beautiful juxtaposition to bring you. Bars and rings in tandem. Nicolas Kurla of Belgium, 6th best in qualification. Stability issues early on. Pretty level iron cross. Very poised handstand, that's lovely. Little lowering of the body, had to raise it up to get fully to that 90-degree position from the rings. But he does manage the triple to conclude the routine. Very good start from Nicolas Kurla. Those triple Triple rotating dismounts are becoming very important in men's competition, taking on the rings and the horizontal bar. To Alba Patisco. The gymnast who won the all-around silver medal at the European Championships. Stradeljäger. Makachev, good extension. Paxolto, very composed. No need to transition, then nice, well-established handstand on the low bar. Maybe short of handstand on that occasion. Pirouettes well. What about the clarity of the landing? Alba Patisco. She really has had the most extraordinary, dreamlike summer. Her hard work coming to fruition as she made it onto the European podium. Went on after that all-around success to get a bronze on floor as well. 6th best in qualification, 13.3. When it comes to Alba Patisco, you trust her technically, but you trust her personally as well in terms of her competition mindset. 13.766, that's a nice start for Nicola Köhler because it's an improvement of a third of a mark from qualifying. Now this is the gentleman who was 3rd best in qualification. Proper specialist on this apparatus. Lin Guanyi of Chinese Taipei. .066 in the preliminary round for the Asian Games and Asian Championship medalist. Little Maltese. Really good body position. Smooth iron cross. Listen up into handstand, all looking good. Does hit his planche. And unfortunately he's well off on that dismount. He's okay. That was the principal concern of the fans in the arena as they saw that landing from Lin Guanyi. Very height as he lands, bent over, leaning forwards. So a full mark to go from his score. 13.066 for Alba Patisco. Execution a little down from qualifying. This is Laura Casabuena, 9th best in qualification, in because Roma Amelin, the French gymnast who finished 7th, was behind 2 of her own teammates. Leven had a good sense of control to it. Mike Jaeger keeps the swing moving. And that unusual, almost counterintuitive dismount when you expect her to go one way and she goes t'other. Always gets a reaction from the crowd. Used the Maloney transition early on. foot in the half twist of the body. Was very controlled to finish. Lin Guanyi, 13.066. So unfortunately he is exactly a full mark down from qualification for obvious reasons. Now this is Robert Kirmes, 8th best in qualifying. Defended the all-around national title that he won for the first time last year, earlier this year. It's a little low, just a drop of the shoulders in the iron cross. Not that time. Coming out of the Yamawaki, the Yonasan, I should say, a slight overarch in the handstand. But he does conclude well, very well. Robert Kirmes. .233, his qualification score. Casabuena, 12.966, virtually the same as qualification. Tiny drop of not quite a 10. In the execution. Nathalie Westlund of Sweden, 3rd best in qualification, 13.9. Great performer on this apparatus. And unfortunately, she was always travelling away. It's an ambitious skill. Toe on into the pike position, that Kachev variation, and regrettably, just not quite there. And this can sometimes be the case with a gymnast like Nathalie Westlund, who's got a fair amount of difficulty in her routine. Compared to what we've just seen from Petisco and Casabuena, this is a much more complicated routine. Just isn't quite working today. Attempting it again to get the difficulty credit. That time she was closer. She did make a connection on the apparatus. Wonderful support from the crowd. Van Leeuwen. And she does connect a very nice straddle Jaeger. Chose to leave the first release and regrasp behind and just got on with the routine. The 3rd time of asking. Beautiful double layer. Oh, that was such a nice routine with one unfortunate big issue. But I'm sure those of you who are newer to watching Nathalie Westlund can see what I mean in terms of the quality she has on the apparatus. That risky first release and regrasp was the undoing. 13.466. Robert Kirmes is up by about a quarter of a mark from qualifying. Glenn Curler. Crowd is getting very excited, by the way, because Kellyanne Moore is next. the physical education student at Kent University. 4th best in qualification. And with the issue for Lin Guanyi, we could see Glenn Koehler contend. Very positive move up into the Blanche. Maltese is quite tidy too. Jonasson, lovely, elegant opening out into the cross. How nice that move to Maltese was as well. A little bit of swinging of the rings, but seems to have brought that under control. Poised handstand. This looks very nice. Oh dear, that was fabulous from Glenn Koehler. Triple back to conclude. I think he's put himself in the picture. Just lovely. Natalie Westlund, 11.133. Just think about that for a moment, the potential, that routine. She had 2 falls counted and still got to score that high. Here's the reigning Olympic champion, Kaylyn Moore. Obviously the top qualifier. Top by over half a mark. What elevation, straight into the pack salto afterwards. Floats through the Maloney. Beautiful pirouette. Lovely Kachev, mixed grip into the Ezheva, and then the Stolda Shaposhnikova with the half to go back up. Does have just a little flicker, but it's tiny. Double layout, there we go. How's that for a performance? It is stunning to watch. And my goodness, her composure, how effortless she makes it look. Those rare Kachevs performed with the straight body position. And there, as she varies the grip, goes into the beautiful Ezheva, clicks the heels together nicely, straight back from low to high. Funny feeling that might just creep into the lead by about 1.5 billion marks. And there is no surprise that he leads, 14.466. Glorious Glenn Koehler. That is absolutely in contention to win a medal. It may be in contention to win the whole thing. He's improved by half a mark from qualification. 8.666 for execution. What he did was gain 4/10 of difficulty too. Beloved by this crowd, Kaylyn Moore, born in France, the first African Olympic champion in gymnastics. Amazing Ezheva into the Stolda Shaposhnikova with the half turn. It looks simple. And that's what great athletes do. They make things look simple. 15.033. That's a drop, by the way, of about 1/3 of a mark. Just over 3/10 for qualification. Doesn't really matter, does it, when it's that good? There's a 2-mark lead at the halfway stage. Here is Kaylyn Moore. Beautiful sight of this arena. Hosted the Olympic Games in Paris last year. Gymnasts from all over the world entering this hugely popular World Challenge Cup. Last preparations for the gymnasts in the second half of these finals. There's going to be a lot more noise as well because we've got two French gymnasts to come on the uneven bars. Robert Sharpie and Celia Serber. There's a lot of taping around the right arm at the glenohumeral joint, shoulder. Glorious to see this gymnast back in competition. That's that in a moment. That's a visualization. Nikita Simonov of Azerbaijan, 5th best in qualification, 14.866. He was 4th at the European Championships early this year, a year after winning silver. One imagines there are complicated emotions that he feels being in this arena, having so narrowly missed out on qualification for the Games. Literally by hundredths of a mark. But performing nicely, and that demonstration of finger point, of opening up the hands, stretching the digits out to show the control in the iron cross. That's a very good handstand. And he was just a little low as he landed, necessitating a back step. Nikita Simonov. Gymnast who recently turned 29. Has been overall a rings champion across the World Challenge Cup, so he's demonstrated great consistency. He will know that might be a little costly, that landing. She is back. It is a glorious thing to see. Jessica Gadirova returned at the English Championships in March, 513 days after her last competition. And there, she's demonstrated some complexity of her own. Kachev combined to an Ezheva. Salto. whatever the score, whatever the position on the leaderboard, the story is that she has returned. And the joy on the face of Jessica Gadirova makes the narrative very clear. She's waited and waited for that opportunity and worked unbelievably hard on rehabilitation. It was just a matter of moments before the start of the all-around final at her second World Championships in Antwerp that we discovered she was going to have to withdraw. Turns out that she'd torn her cruciate ligament in her knee ahead of the final. 13.833, Nikita Simonov. He's in the silver medal position, but it is a drop of a few hundredths from qualifying. This is going to be very interesting now. Kaneta Kichi of Japan, the top qualifier. He's 23. He won silver at the All Japan Super Specialist Championships this year. The top apparatus workers rather than all-around gymnasts. He's very ambitious. He said that he wants to go from being an unknown local horse to the Derby winner. It's a very nice analogy. If he can do something special here, that will really improve his name recognition. At his best, he doesn't give a great deal away in his execution. His work is difficult, but above all else, it's smooth. That handstand's a great example. And he sort of holds on to the landing, but does take a bit of a step. The dismounts seem to be a touch on the wild side, but the work on the apparatus itself, I mean, look at the levelness of that Maltese for an example. And again, the shoulder presentation in the Iron Cross. He's very interesting, he's very entertaining. Congratulations to her on all of the work that's gone into this comeback. Jessica Gadirova, 13.2, it's a 10th higher than qualification. She's actually in the silver medal position with 3 to go. Caitlin Rooskrantz of South Africa, second best in qualifying. She was 25th on the uneven bars at the Olympics in this building, having been the flag bearer in the opening ceremony. Classical Shaposhnikova. Salto to go back down to low. God, didn't she control that leg separation well? Mike Jaeger, got the swingfulness built back up. Working hard to hit the handstands. And there's some difficult connection work, including with the Ginga somersault. Lots of height on the dismount, it was a compressed landing. Exciting work from Caitlin Rooskrantz, that's a complicated routine. A gymnast we haven't seen at international level since the Olympiad. She's so acute in that pike position, really gets the legs in towards the chest. It's a diver's style pike. May have been a little shy of handstand on that occasion. Quite see from that replay the extent of the drop of the body as she landed. There we go, second place for Kaneta Kichi. 8.9 execution score. That's even higher than qualification, and he's gained a couple of tenths in difficulty too. So all of that, about a third of a mark improvement. Daniel Villafañe of Argentina, the 7th best in qualification. He's the reigning champion of South America, the 31-year-old from Buenos Aires. That's very level. Holds the handstand nicely too. Going quite purposefully through the routine. He's got really good shoulder line on his iron crosses. A few little deductions here and there. But there was nothing enormously serious. That was excellent from Daniel Villafañe. Lovely dismount as well. What a nice performance from the 7th best qualifier. Now, does he have the difficulty to contend? In terms of the clarity of his performance, yes, he does. Excellent. He said last year when he won another medal, may the fire never go out. I think it's going to with him. 13.233, Caitlin Rooskrantz is into the silver medal position, but she is down in terms of her difficulty. 7 tenths lower in the preliminary round. Does that give a chance for Laurette Sharpie? So not difficulty, down her execution, I should say. Difficulty was the same as qualifying. Now to Laurette Sharpie. Setting herself up for the Pipe Jaeger. Pachev, Pax Salto. Lots of good work from this experienced athlete. Attacking the routine aggressively and with lots of technical skill. Good handstand. And a very good double layout to conclude. Frances Laurette Sharpie. Another athlete who doubtless will have complicated emotions in this building. She missed the Tokyo Olympics with a knee ligament tear a few months before. She was not selected for Paris 2024. But she's become this leader figure now in the French team when they really need a leader figure after they had such a difficult Olympic Games. Said that her innate stubbornness is one of her greatest attributes. Very good effort that from Daniel Villafañe. 13.733, picks up the stick bonus for the dismount. It's 4 tenths almost higher than qualification. Just the difficulty that was the issue. Now to the gymnast who was the 2nd best in qualification. At the moment, Glenn Curler is leading. Then Kaneta Kichi, now to Jo Fraser of Great Britain. First international competition since the Olympic Games. It's interesting how so many have chosen this World Challenge Cup, revisiting the Olympic venue as the place to start their journey towards Los Angeles. Classical Yamawaki-Jonassen combination. Very nice handstand work from Jo Fraser. And that's a big attack of the triple back to conclude. Very enjoyable work from Joe Fraser, the young man from Birmingham who is still really a gymnast with many great years ahead of him, despite all he's accomplished as a young man. He's somebody who has had a tough return from injury on more than one occasion over his career. Look at the delight, Laurette Sharpey, 13.433. She's on the podium. Goes ahead of Caitlin Rooskrantz, second place with 1 to go. Delight for the French. It's going to get even better for them. This is a gymnast who can do some fabulous work on this apparatus. Celia Serber, 13.433 in the qualification process. Controls her Jaeger somersault nicely. Maloney. Yeah. Towards handstand. Pirouettes and builds up the swing. Into the dismount twist. Very nicely controls it well. Great work from Celia Serber. French jubilation at the close of this uneven bars final. Two very experienced members of the French team embrace as teammates and as friends. Serber was part of the team that won a bronze medal at the World University Games in extraordinary fashion. It was a wonderful result for them. Now, her qualification score was exactly the same as Laurette Sharpey's score in the final. And look at Sharpey's reaction in the background as Serber hits that landing. Rooskrantz third. And what of Joe Fraser? He's won the bronze medal, 14.2. The classified results in the men's rings competition. Joe Fraser wins the bronze medal. Kaneta Kichi takes silver, and Glenn Curler of Belgium, despite being the 4th best qualifier, wins the gold medal. What a triumph that is for the 23-year-old Belgian. First World Cup honours. Celia Serber, she has got the silver medal, 13.433. We'll just bring you confirmation, but we think that she's got the execution tiebreak over Laurette Sharpey, who will win the bronze. They both have the same total score. Second time on a World Cup podium for Celia Serber. Classified results in the women's uneven bars competition. The bronze medal won by Laurette Sharpey of France. Her teammate Celia Serber wins the silver medal, and the Olympic champion from this very building a year ago, Kellyanne Moore, has taken the gold. brings to a close the action in the first half of this day. But we're going to bring you the victory ceremonies in a moment or two. All five of them, one after the other. There will be a short break before we resume our coverage.
And it was here in Paris at the Olympics, so it feels special being here back at the competition. And yeah, I've been struggling physically the whole year, so it feels great.
Voilà, il est très heureux parce que il était déjà venu à Paris, il avait participé aux Jeux Olympiques, mais remporter une victoire ici, c'est quelque chose de très important. C'était pas une année facile et il se sent très très bien ici. What do you think about the audience, the atmosphere here in Paris? It's very special here at the Gym Paris.
Yeah, I felt the same last year. The French people are very emotional, and it's great to have public. It was awesome.
Voilà, c'est incroyable d'avoir un tel public pour vivre des émotions de sport comme il vient d'en vivre une. Alors des applaudissements s'il vous plaît pour Glenn Keule, the winner of the ring final from Belgium. Thank you very much.
It's a particularly lovely moment for Glenn. The victory ceremony for the women's uneven bars competition. The bronze medal to France's own Laurette Charpy. Célia Sebert, Charpy's teammate, wins the silver medal, making it double success for the French. Kélia Namour, the Algerian, wins the gold medal in the arena where she took the Olympic title in 2024. A fantastic performance, winning by such a distance, by over a mark and a half. We'll now have the national anthem of Algeria.
Please stand up if you are able to for the national anthem of Algeria.
medalist in the women's uneven bars competition in Paris.
Merci à vous, merci Valérie. Nous passons maintenant à la dernière cérémonie pour la finale.
One more ceremony to come. The victory ceremony in the men's rings competition. Great Britain's Joe Fraser wins the bronze medal. Silver for Kaneta Kichi. First time on an international podium. And a fabulous result for Glenn Koerle of Belgium. He wins the gold medal with a score that was half a mark better than in qualification. And all of that in a place where he had great reason to be proud, but also reason to feel a taste of disappointment at the last Olympic Games. Since then he's had some injury issues. In the very arena where he had such difficulty with his dismount at the Olympiad. This time he was as steady as a rock. Wonderful performance from 23-year-old Glenn Koerle. We'll have the national anthem of Belgium.
Et mesdames et messieurs,